2022 is going to be over before we know it, which means it's time to get your 2023 calendars ordered. What would you say if I told you that you could get a calendar with some of your favorite independent true crime podcasts, including Ye Olde Crime? Pre-order your copy at podcastcalendars.com and get $5 off your order by using our promo code OLDECRIMERS. That's OLDECRIMERS. And if you order before November 30th, you can get an additional 10% off. That's podcastcalendars.com, code OLDECRIMERS. Don't miss your chance to spend May with us, and we'll see you next time with another tale as old as crime.
We are
Cultivate.
Cultivate.
We are Cultivate.
Hello and welcome to a special mini-sode of Ye Olde Crime, the show where Maddie and I discuss the funny, strange, and obscure crimes of yesteryear every Wednesday. This special bi-weekly segment is called Can You Crack the Cramp-Word, which is slang for a difficult or obscure term, which I thought was very fitting. And joining me today are Ashley and Michelle from That's So Fucked Up podcast. And before we begin, I'd like to give them the opportunity to tell us a little more about themselves and their show before we get started.
Hi, Lindsay. Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thanks, Lindsay. We're so excited to be here.
This voice that you're hearing is that of Ashley Richards.
And this voice that you're hearing is that of Michelle Mosier.
We don't get interviewed a lot.
Were you introducing
so-
yourself in like a tone of yesteryear to fit the vibe of them? And this young woman who is
I don't know what to do with my hands right now. I'm just gonna
Shake and bake!
I swear we do this a lot.
This is
It's just see it on
kind of
this side of the
professionally,
interview.
actually. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You asked us to say our names. We said that. We host the podcast. That's So Fucked Up. You also said that. I'm a Cancer who enjoys long walks. I don't, actually. That's a lie. I'm kind of lazy physically.
I'm like, Ashley, don't you just enjoy long true crime documentaries?
Long sits on my couch.
Just large tubs of vanilla
be
bean
honest.
Haagen-Dazs.
They don't come in bigger than a pint. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'm
me.
I'm a Leo who does love long walks and hikes and all the things. And yeah, like you said, we host That's So Fucked Up, a podcast about cults, murder, and other generally fucked up stuff. Which,
we keep it pretty broad. Keep it pretty broad over there. We just did an episode on shark attacks, which isn't really a crime, but it does make you say, that's so fucked up.
yeah.
Like, dude, what the fuck?
I feel like it's
Yeah.
one of those things where we try to avoid using the title in the show unless it like really naturally comes up. But there's a lot of opportunities to just be like, God, that is so fucked up. Yeah, we've covered Greek life and hazing.
Oh yeah.
One of my friends today just told me, she was like, I think that was like my favorite little series of episodes. Like, oh, well,
Thank
we're here to
you.
give the people what they want.
That was one of my favorite too, because guess what, people? Greek life and hazing are super fucked up.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Also, I would love to take this opportunity to just do like a little bit of shameless promotion. I also just released a spin-off series called That's So Fucked Up Presents. Each season is a month long or 4 episodes, and I dive into whatever I feel like with whomever I feel like. So, Lindsay, I'm going to be hitting you up soon. Come over on to my show and I'll tell you a story. So last month we did Colorado Carnage, some famous Colorado murders. This month we're doing New
Nice.
York Noir. I just released an
Ooh.
episode where I talk about the Sarah Lawrence college cult with Amanda Knox. Really fun stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
You should do some
I will
like
be there.
Midwest madness or something.
There you go. I mean, Wisconsin is right next door, and there's so many fun things that happen in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
Wacky
Ohio.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ohio's a hotbed. Michigan's got some good ones.
Ohio, out of the ordinary. It all has to be alliteration.
But yeah, if you wanted to like do a smattering, you could go like Midwest madness or Midwest murders or something. I don't know. You know what? This is it's your spin-off. We're just living in it.
But you could follow us on social media at TSFU the podcast to follow both shows. And you can find all of our everything at our
TSFU.
website.
Yeah. TSFUthepodcast.com. We're on
awesome.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. So, and we are usually, slightly more
articulate,
slightly more fluent. Thank you. Articulate. Wow. Yeah, we're. I'm gonna blame. It's a Monday. Can I just blame that it's a Monday?
It is a Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's past 5, and I'm usually like winding down in bed, getting ready to watch, just a few casual hours of TV before bed.
Yeah,
I feel that.
I watch too much TV, but it's okay.
Who among us doesn't? I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little competitive, so I'm hoping that I get the chance to beat Ashley on the Victorian word identification, because this is. I feel like this is like a. I feel like this is a good competition moment.
As a fellow Leo, I get the
you understand
nature.
that.
I understand. I'm like, yes. And it's funny, the like stupidest things you can find to be competitive over. Like, I do it a lot. For like very silly things.
Michelle, are you challenging me to a duel?
Yes, in the parking lot.
The virtual glove has been taken off and slapped across your face.
Yep.
Taking my lace gloves off.
It is on like Donkey Kong.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Well, I have some questions to ask you first before we
perfect.
Start before I ring the bell and let you guys...
I'm ready for whatever you want to do. I'm down. Down to clown.
Nice. That's terrifying because I hate clowns, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Me too. No. I'm like, let's get terrifying.
It is October, so it's very on point.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I was just watching the original It movie the other night.
I refuse.
Not scary. I mean, and I don't love a clown.
And really long.
Just long. Yeah.
Just very long. I think Tim Curry was much better as Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yep. Rocky Horror. No, he wasn't Rocky Horror. He was Dr. No, not Dr.
Frankenfurter.
Was it?
Dr. Frankenfurter.
God, all of your listeners
just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Sorry, you thought I was going to stop, but like once I started, I had to.
You gotta keep going.
I had to finish. That's what she said.
Makes sense.
That's what she said.
Always what she said. Actually, unfortunately, not always what she says.
Yeah.
Most
of the time, it's not what she said.
That's sad. It's always what he said. Oh,
yeah.
Ugh.
Ew. History.
Ew.
I mean, let's call it what it is. Herstory. Am I right, ladies? Who's been really behind the scenes?
Oh my gosh.
So,
Lindsay, we're taking you in weird directions today, and I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it. I'm here for
questions.
She's like, so anyway, back to my questions.
I love the tangential nature of this. I love it.
Cool.
So, how long have you both been friends? That's my first question.
Has it been like I mean, it's
Michelle
been over
started
a
stalking
year.
me a couple years ago, I'd say, probably.
Michelle started single white femaling me back in. Yeah, it's been. I mean, it's probably been like 2 years, right?
Well, it's actually a super like meet cute story. Tell them, Michelle.
I'll
Tell
tell
them.
So I had started listening to the podcast and loved it and became a like so well now it's like I'm plugging our Patreon, but the Patreon was super cool because there was this tier where you got to like co-host a listener-sode. And I was like, holy shit, I could be a co-host. And so became a patron and ended up just like messaging Ashley on the Instagram account, started corresponding. She had mentioned in an episode that she lived in Colorado. I live in Denver. So I'm like, hey, we should, like, if this isn't super weird, if you would want to like meet for a coffee or something, that would be really cool. And also, if this is terrifying that a stranger on the internet is asking to come hang out with you, it's also okay if you say no. And so we just kind of like messaged back and forth for a little bit, made some plans. Actually, and I remember what's funny is like before we had met in person, we were planning my listener sode. I don't know if you remember this, Ashley, but we were planning the listener sode. And you were like, oh, well, since we live in Colorado, like we could just record together. But could I come to your house because I don't really want to give a stranger on the internet my address? I was like, I don't blame you.
Fair
and
enough.
Also, do you feel safer coming to a stranger on the internet's house?
Wait, that's a super good point. You could have like Dahmered the fuck out of me.
Yeah, but then you realized that I lived like over an hour away, and you're like, "Oh, never mind.
Like,
Let's just do this on
you
Zoom."
know what? That's a long drive for everybody. Let's just do this
Let's
remote.
just do this. I was like, "That's totally fine." But
No,
and then
to be
yeah, we
fair,
met.
returned the chest freezer.
And I was like, fuck, all right. I'm like, do you guys take chainsaws back or is this mine
return
now?
policy.
Yeah.
Can I get the
Changes
deposit
only,
back
or
on my
what?
wood chipper rental? Just
Yeah.
curious.
But I'm pretty sure like the first time we hung out, what was funny is we like grabbed a coffee and then we went to like a hip hop dance class afterwards. And it was just like the most random, like
We did.
Hi, it's really nice to meet you. Do you want to get a coffee? Also, like there's this dance class we can go to. and we did.
Okay.
And
But also, to be fair, Michelle knew that I was like new to Colorado. So she wasn't like just like super weird, like, hey, we both live in Colorado. You want to be friends? She was like, hey, if you're like, you know, needing friends. And I was like, well, I am. So
as it turns out. And then yeah, it was like
I
after
will
I
go to get
co-hosted
coffee. Do you like
and
dancing?
dance with you. Yeah, it was like I co-hosted the listener sode and it was just a good vibe, a good banter. And then when Ashley's previous co-host Cam wanted to kind of pursue she's a film director and wanted to pursue kind of more that avenue, it was just a good kind of natural transition. And yeah, thankfully I listened to enough true crime to be a pretty studied expert on the general format and the layout and all that. So the goings on of, you know, talking about some of the most horrible shit that happens to people. And now
then I took her in an air balloon and formally asked her to be my co-host.
Yeah, just got on one knee and presented me a microphone and oh my god, I could never. I'm so afraid of heights.
Didn't happen, but man, that would have been a good part of the story.
Yeah, except I'm so terrified of heights. I would have been sitting on the floor of that basket crying, and you're like, "No, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be cute."
To the podcast.
I'm like hazing.
This is a Greek hazing.
If you can overcome your fear, then you can be a podcast host. I'm like, I can't overcome my fear.
I'm never gonna make it in podcasting.
Never gonna do it. I hate hot air balloons. And that's the story.
Yeah, a couple years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, long story short.
I love it. So this was an interesting question that I totally forgot to ask. Well, I didn't forget.
Well,
I just
because you're
didn't.
gonna ask it right now, right?
Yeah.
You
So
can still do it.
You
I
can
am
still do
going
it.
to.
The
I believe in
podcast
you.
is your oyster.
Ew. So I went on your website and I was poking around because that's what I do. I like to
Love it.
like virtually stalk my guests before they come on the show.
Cool.
And
I like
Been there.
that.
so you have a whole team for your show, which
We
is
do.
amazing.
The most
I
amazing
know.
team.
It's crazy.
Full of the best people.
It's
How
crazy
do I
amazing,
get that?
if you will.
You
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 literally
pull an
ask
Ashley Richards and just
listeners.
recruit everyone that loves us.
Just like just use your tagline saying it's not a cult, it's just a podcast, but really it's a cult, just to confuse people, and then just like actually run it like a cult.
Yeah. Free
Like a
labor.
pyramid scheme. Got
Yeah,
it.
kind of.
Yes. We're like, all right, you get to write an episode. And if you can get 3 people under you to write episodes, then you advance in ranking to assistant to the podcast hosts.
Well, actually, the funny thing is, I did just send pink lightsabers to all of our editors because
Oh
we
my
had
God.
joked that once they became audio Jedis, they would get lightsabers. So
That's amazing.
I didn't spring for the fancy ones or anything, but
I mean, what's a fancy one? Like an actual lightsaber? Like, what do you mean?
dude, those they get fucking pricey. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's kind of funny because little indoctrination there, you know, just like you now advance to the level of Jedi and are forever in the circle. No, but actually, no, I just asked listeners, like legit. Emma, our main audio editor, has been a listener since day one, just super ride or die. She's in the UK and she's always like, can't wait to see you guys in the UK. So, like, I know she has a big belief in us. So I was like, hey, so this is super random and I doubt you have any audio experience, but I need a new audio editor. Like, do you want to do that? And
Do you want
she
to
said
form an
yes!
alliance with me?
And she said, absolutely, I do.
So then you boarded a hot air balloon and crossed the Atlantic.
Yep.
Exactly.
Took her up in that air balloon.
Yeah.
Presented
And
her
then-
with audacity.
Another one of our audio editors. This does make me sound like a fucking cult leader. Her and I were just chatting on Patreon because, like, I thoroughly enjoy talking to my listeners. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of a lonely person. I really like them. I like you guys.
We like all of you.
I like talking
Yeah.
to my listeners too. Yeah. I don't think
No,
there's
I'm
anything
like,
wrong
you
with
guys
that.
like me? Like, that's pretty fucking cool. She was like, yeah, just kind of like looking for a new hobby or whatever. And I was like, do you want to become a part of my cult? And I can teach you how to edit and we can be friends and go in an air balloon. And just, I kind of like rinse and repeat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I called out to writers because, as you know, as I mentioned, I have that spinoff series.
Mm-hmm.
And Michelle and I started doing an additional segment called Binge or Bust.
Yeah.
And we do an interview for Patreon every month. So we're doing quite a few episodes nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of threw it out there on social media saying, like, hey, I'm looking for writers, because people have like told us a lot of times that, like, hey, if you ever need help researching, like, I would love to. And mostly everybody's just like, no, we're good. And they just like drown in work instead. And I'm like, what's
Mhm.
up? Yeah. You want to do some research? I need some research done. Let's fucking do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I lure them into staying around by like throwing a fucking retreat in November. I literally invited 6 listeners turned coworkers turned friends into my fucking home. Is that weird?
Oh my God.
I feel weird saying that publicly.
Yeah. We got matching velour tracksuits and
Purple shrouds. It's great.
Yep. I bought a party pack of Flavor Aid on Amazon, and we're just gonna have a good weekend.
We're gonna have a good time. Let's
Have a good time. Yeah.
But no, I mean, I really do think it's so cool that like I just threw that out there as like, hey, is like anybody into this? And legit, everybody was like, fucking yeah. So, except for Emma, who's in England, understandably.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. So she did not fly.
It was a long swim, and
yeah. It's too far.
as we know, there are sharks out there. So
Long and expensive swim.
Requires a lot of helium to travel via hot air balloon across. It's a lot. It's a big ask.
Gas is expensive right now. There's just no good. There's no good way to go.
No, no, not at all.
No. I have 2 more.
I forgot what the question was. I'm like, was that?
Oh, how you get?
I don't
Ed
know.
answered it. Yeah, how you get
answered
a team of
How
loyal?
you get a team?
A loyal team.
Yeah,
Form a
just
team
like
of super friends.
fucking hit up your listeners and be like, "What's up, dogs? Like, who wants to hang out?"
Who wants to be my friend?
No, because like, yeah, then people are like, "Cool, I do." Sometimes, sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do.
Nice.
Sometimes they don't, but that's okay too.
Mm-hmm. You can't please everybody.
We go to therapy. It's all right.
That's what therapy's for, man.
Not together, not like as a podcast team.
No.
It's like as
That'd
a
be
group
hilarious
therapy experience.
There's a lot of drama behind the scenes,
Yeah.
but we make it work.
I feel like there's a lot to unpack here.
And look, when I put that joke in the notes and then you didn't read it in the episode, I was really hurt.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I felt unheard.
We have this one writer, Ryan, who I always love his notes because he'll sprinkle in so many like little funnies along the way. And sometimes I'll message him after and just be like, I'm really sorry I couldn't include all the funnies. We were really tight on time. And he's like, no, it's fine as long as you laugh at them. I'm like, well, I do.
I feel like now we just also got to shout out Gaytress, Emily, and Sully. Because that's our whole team. That's our whole team. They're
that's true. We've name dropped
fucking ballers.
Emma and Ryan. So yeah, all the
whole gang.
Yeah, it's the whole gang.
I don't know if I said that her name. She's there.
Oh no, I know. Yeah,
that's everybody.
So, whole ass crew.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
So this one I think is more geared towards you, Ashley. What case or story inspired you to create the podcast?
So that's a little bit of a tricky one. Because Serial was like my gateway true crime podcast. And I was like, I want to be Sarah Koenig. And then I was like, I am nothing like Sarah Koenig. And then I found podcasts like My Favorite Murder. And I was like, I'm a lot more like those gals. That sounds more like my style. So I started listening to true crime comedy. Also because it was just a lot easier for me to digest. As a true cancer, I'm prone to having a lot of feelings. So true crime comedy works a little bit better for me because if I just digest true crime, like straight up single narrator, like somber tone, 911 calls, like I'm just pretty bummed out after usually.
Yeah. It doesn't make you feel good. Like you walk away feeling really gross and sad.
Yeah, and I think that there is a lot of value in true crime, or else I wouldn't be doing it. So I know that some people find true crime comedy distasteful, but definitely when I found true crime comedy, I immediately saw the value in it because I was like, I feel like I learn a lot from this, and it's something I'm passionate about, and I don't feel like I need to go like cry and take a nap after.
Yeah.
And then I think the case that inspired me, it's kind of funny because American Horror Story is one of my favorite shows. And Hotel season 6, Evan Peters, me and Michelle's boyfriend.
Yeah. He doesn't know it, but he is.
Well, yeah.
Well, now he does.
I mean, now he does.
Yeah, now he does. Yeah, obviously. He just heard
Yeah.
it. So,
Like,
Evan, if you're there, we love you.
He for sure
he totally listens
listens
to this
this
show.
podcast version of it. Yeah. And when I found out that the character of James Marsh, I think that's his name, the fucking hotel proprietor who like built a murder hotel, when I found out that was a real person, H.H. Holmes,
Yep.
I was like, why are people not talking about this dude who fucking built a murder mansion more? Like, so then I read The Devil in the White City and I was like, let's fucking go. Like, let's talk about this. And what inspired me to do a true crime podcast was just finding them and then being like, I want to do that. That sounds really fun. And it is.
And it is really fun.
Yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah.
I concur. Okay, my last question before we get to the
Smackdown.
The Smackdown, thank you.
The Smackdown of the century.
Yep. The fight of the century.
Richards versus Mosher.
Bum. In this gonna
on pay-per-view.
Are you ready to rumble? No, we're not yet though, right? One more question.
One more question.
Rumble? Yeah.
Do you have a favorite episode, or is there an episode that you think our listeners should check out first?
Michelle, I would love to hear your answer. You should pick one from when you were a listener and one from now that you're a host.
From the now times. Well, so this is really tricky because the episode that I always loved and like recommended to people, we have now kind of revamped, and the old episode is now so far in the back catalog that it's not even actively available, but it was the sharks and shit episode. But Ash, what's the one where you covered the like warship where all the people got eaten by sharks?
Oh, that's episode.
Ash has an encyclopedic knowledge of the episodes, by the way. It's terrifying.
USS Indianapolis. I want to say I don't know. Oh my god, I can't
This
remember.
is the first time this has ever happened. Oh my god.
It's
you
like
always know.
As it gets later in to the show though, I think I'm finding
it is
like
hard
up
to,
until like 70 it
now.
was manageable. I was like,
it's too
yeah,
many
like
now.
boom. What do you want to know? I got you.
Yeah.
The episode about the USS Indianapolis.
You like that
probably one? Yep. Or the JonBenet Ramsey where you and Cam did the back-to-back
34-35.
Yep, where it was like the brother versus the intruder theories.
Yeah, we did it like we were lawyers.
Like high school debate.
Or more like a high school debate team. Yeah, I'd say that's more accurate. Where one of us said fought for the theory that Burke or the family did it, and the other one of us, me, fought for the theory that the intruder did it. Even though I think BDI, faux show. Don't sue me, Burke.
Obviously.
He probably listens to your show as well. And ours.
Totally.
I know Evan Peters and Burke Ramsey are listening to both of our shows, 100%. Yeah, Oceanic disaster, the worst shark attack in history, the sinking of the USS Indianapolis, is episode 57.
Excellent. So episode 57 or episode 34-35 are my two, or well, I guess technically three from pre-host days. And then I think my favorite episode we've done together, I feel like the first one on Mormonism, episode 101, because we just cracked up the entire time, and it just was like I don't know. Even like when I listened to it after the fact, I was like still laughing at the jokes we were making, and I feel like that's when you're
hilarious.
When you're like re-laughing at your own conversations. I feel like that's the mark of a good episode for sure.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Well, I think that one of my favorite episodes of ours so far actually is our not most recent binge or bust, which was covering House of Hammer and just the worst family in the history of ever. The one before that, we covered Running with the Devil, the Wild Life of John McAfee. And I think I think that was my favorite
insane.
because, like, you just, like, didn't believe anything I said the whole time. You were like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You're like, and then he's playing the flute. I'm like, why the fuck is he playing the flute?
Why
Where
is
did
he
he get a
flute?
Why and where? And where did that come from? That was a roller coaster ride.
Wild ride.
Yeah, I felt like I was in a glass case of emotion the whole time.
Lizzo showed up and gave him the flute.
Yes, literally is what it felt like. I was like, you
that
could
wouldn't
tell
have been
me
weirder than like what actually
than
happened.
most of it. Honestly, it was insane.
And I think my favorite episode prior to that, which I did as a kind of repost recently, was episode 48, Mystery Island, Metal Dentures, Mayhem, and Murder. And it's about like just like 3 different groups of people who moved to the Galapagos Island, like this deserted, barren island, one of them in the Galapagos, and madness ensues. It's like one of those stories that's stranger than fiction. I think my favorite stories are the ones that like the entire time, like you're saying what the actual fuck, but like have a smile on your face.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
The later,
That's good times.
the later energy
Yeah.
vibes are
Yeah,
nice every once in a while.
I guess the lighter stuff is my fave. And episode 8, Sharks and Shit, is actually on our Patreon only now because the first 2 seasons of the show are Patreon only. But Michelle and I did a pretty fun little remix, and that's episode 110, Shark Attacks. Yeah. The sinking of the Trash Man yacht. And it was fucking 2 separate episodes.
It was 110 and was it 110 and 11? 109, 110.
109 Left at Sea. You did Tom and Eileen Lonergan, the true story
of the movie Open Water.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah, that's a hard pass for me as well. So yeah, but our show isn't like primarily about sharks, really. We
just love the shark.
It's only 4 episodes out of 112 at this point. Like
we just really like
sharks.
We like those ones.
People listening are just like, what?
Sharks.
I don't understand.
But there's
and
like
Mormon sharks.
The sharks are having it's just one dad shark and like 15 mom sharks, and they've got like 46 baby sharks swimming around behind them, and they all believe that shark law was written on golden tablets. It's pretty fucking weird, man. Mormon sharks.
It's crazy stuff. It's kind of our specialty.
It's crazy shit. They have to wear these dresses. Fucking crazy.
This magic
man.
Underwear.
Yes. The more underwear. But yeah, no, if any of your listeners watched Blackbird, we did the true story behind that show of serial killer Larry Hall.
Can we say all of our episodes?
Can we just all? Yeah. Okay, so
they're all our favorite because of like different reasons.
That's true. We love them all. They're like children. We love them all differently.
It's hard to choose when someone asks. So
yeah,
I get it.
But 105 Hazing, a recent one, I think was the most disturbing episodes. That it was like definitely one of the top 3 most disturbing episodes.
Yeah, like don't eat dinner while you're listening to that.
Like, think about that. Hazing. Woof.
That was rough. Woof indeed.
Hazing, sharks, Mormons. That's what we specialize in.
Not to be confused with hazing shark Mormons.
Yes.
Right.
We don't do that.
Or Mormon hazing sharks.
Or sharks hazing sharks hazing Mormons.
Go back into the open water.
I don't want to hear about your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Swim away, shark.
Get out of here. Go back to all your sister wives.
Oh, your sister sharks.
Sister sharks.
I don't know. I got lost.
In your polygamous pod. One of your listeners is probably like, actually, a group of sharks isn't called a pod. That's dolphins.
And whales.
What is a group of sharks called? That's
I don't know.
Is it a school?
I just turned the table on you. I think it is called a school.
Well, how the turntables
Have turned. It's a shiver.
like,
a shiver.
a
of
shiver of
sharks.
holy! I love that.
Shiver me
A
timbers.
shiver of they make you shiver, so it makes sense. Oh my god, we were at this barbecue
I
last
love
night,
that.
and some crows flew by, and I was like, oh my god, you guys are murder.
Nice. That's
My
the best
favorite is
one,
when you see
obviously.
those pictures of crows on the internet and they'll randomly have like a knife or something in their beak, and then people are like, oh my god, it's a literal murder of crows.
Literal murder. I saw one that was like 2 crows, and they were like an attempted murder.
That's funny.
I love it.
Oh, that's deep. I like it.
They're like, is this an animal podcast? Why are they so obsessed
What is
with
going
animals?
on?
It's just the one animals attack or pretend to be religious. That's
what makes me the most angry. Is the faux religious animals.
They pretend to be religious. They'd get me in their cult.
Not in my
How
house.
dare you?
How dare you?
That is so fucked up. It's fucked up. So fucked up. It is just so damn fucked up. That's fucked up.
This is That's So Fucked Up, a podcast about cults, murder, and other fucked up stuff. Like really, really fucked up stuff. He cut off her nipples, tore out her heart, tied it to a rope, and hung it on the wall.
After spending 3 years really tapping into her divine feminine, she finds out she's divine masculine.
That's a mind fuck.
Yeah.
How much of a mind fuck is that?
Fucking sharks ate Mark under the dinghy.
After his dad dies, he fucking marries all his dad's
Oh,
wives.
yeah. Okay. Yes.
He marries all his stepmoms.
There was this egg thing where you line up 7 or 8 guys side by side. They lay on their backs with their eyes closed, and whoever is the alpha in the room, they crack an egg into that person's mouth, and then they pass the egg mouth to mouth until they get to the end of the line, and then the last person has to swallow the egg.
And they're naked? Did you say that?
It didn't say if they were naked.
Okay, I just feel like they
But
probably
they could be.
We're your hosts. I'm Ashley Richards.
And I'm Michelle Mosier.
Join us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
And everywhere you listen to podcasts.
That's fucked up.
Well, are you guys ready to duke it out?
Oh my gosh, let's go.
Born ready.
I'm gonna be really embarrassed if I lose after all the smack talk.
Yeah, you
but
should
Yeah.
be.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, now I'm gonna try twice as hard.
Well, the gloves are fucking off. I mean, you brought that energy. We could have
it's
come
already-
into this as a team, but you didn't want
Just
that
kidding.
from the get-go.
Hot.
So
Yeah. This is a Cancer and a Leo
Ding,
just
ding.
defined.
round
You're we could have just worked together, and I'm I must win.
I chose
win at
violence.
Yeah. I woke up this morning and I chose violence. What you didn't know is that I actually spent my whole workday today just Googling Victorian slang words just to be ready. So, I have a 16-page Google Doc you're not prepared for. Just kidding. I didn't cheat. Would never cheat.
Well,
No,
let's see.
no, we're not cheaters.
No, win fair and square.
All right,
Okay.
Ashley, you were up first.
Oh.
Your first term is leaf. Leof. Leaf.
Oh my God. And it's a Victorian term.
Mm-hmm.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Well,
I
no, because
can.
that would tell you what it means.
I
No,
can.
she
I can do
can.
it, and I can.
Oh, burn, Michelle.
Let's see. Beatrice was Stuart's little leaf.
Whore. Is it whore?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. Leaf is a dear or darling. I mean,
Oh
whores
That's where
can
your
be
brain
darling.
goes.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I say half a point. Wait,
Yeah.
can I introduce a new rule into the game now that it's
Is it going to be that you
Better.
can't get it used in a sentence? Because that's no.
no. If could we have the opportunity to steal? If one of us is like, if Michelle was like, I think I know
Oh.
what leaf means better.
sure, we can.
Well,
we can
yeah,
do
but
that.
you are going to do that now, and it's my word, and I didn't get to steal your word, so you don't get to steal my first word. That can be the
Okay,
second set of
yeah,
words.
So you can do
okay.
it in the second round.
Not in this
the
round,
second
Yeah,
round.
round 2. Yeah,
Okay.
round 1,
Round
straight
two,
and narrow.
anything goes.
Round 2, gloves off.
Yes.
Wow. Did you see how she did that? She was like, hey, now that it's Michelle's turn and a new word's coming, if she doesn't get it, can I steal it? No.
I love that so much.
Huh. All right.
All right, Michelle. Your first term is narc the titter.
Hey. Well,
just
can
wanna
I
start
get it in the
saying
sentence?
these.
Except that I feel like the sentence is going to be like,
Yeah.
Stuart really narked the titter. I'm like, well, that didn't help me.
Well, it's not supposed to help.
It's,
Mm-mm.
I
I can do it in a sentence, though, if you want.
mean, yeah, it'd be fun. I just like to hear sentences sometimes.
I love hearing sentences.
I love a,
That's what
I
a
love a good
podcast
sentence.
is.
Yeah.
Just a combination of
Yeah,
sentences.
tell me-
Let's see.
Tell me a micro story.
All right, let's see.
And she's like, I wasn't prepared with fucking sentences, guys. This isn't the rule of the game.
Well, no, it's hard because I have to think of a way to say it that doesn't just immediately give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Since you said Stuart, I will include Stuart again in this one.
A very Victorian name.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stuart narc the titter with Beatrice.
Oh.
It's a verb.
It's yeah.
Am I right?
He,
Narc-
narked, he narked the titter with Beatrice.
With Beatrice.
It's an action word or phrase.
Man. What does it mean, like, to, like, go, like, cause a commotion like maybe go have a good time somewhere, or go, like, you know, a little ruckus, a little party time?
You know, a little titter.
Yeah, a little titter. Yeah, you're really narking the titter.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I
yeah,
got
we
it. I think I got it.
got off work. Well, you don't get to steal this round.
You don't get to steal this one.
Nope.
No?
Damn.
I think it means whoring around.
You're just
That's just gonna be my answer.
Ashley's everything to Ashley. Lindsay,
Well,
her
it's
next
not
word.
that either.
Dang it.
Her next word better not be a synonym for whoring around, because I'm going to be like cheating.
It's not. I can promise you that.
Good.
So, narc the titter is slang for watch the girl,
Oh,
which sounds
why?
really creepy.
It
sounds like
does.
it could be a
like, why are
jolly time if you're
Stuart
a
and
certain
Beatrice
type
both
of-
watching this girl? What are they going to do with her?
Oh, no.
A certain type of Stuart might enjoy narking the titter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
Which
like
to
someone
me
would
is
cover on
like-
a podcast
So, the girl is the titter, which seems very literal.
on like
if you-
two. Yeah.
Consider women have
And
titties.
narking is the watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could later
Huh.
be like, me and my
You're gonna
titter
narc some
Michelle are
TV?
gonna narc some TV.
I'm going to narc the shit out of this documentary tonight.
You totally can.
You so can, and no one will know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
start
people be
applying
like,
these.
You're gonna snitch on your TV? I don't understand. I don't get it.
I don't get it. It makes no
They're already
sense.
watching you. Why do you need to narc on them?
Oh my
Like-
god, yeah.
Shh.
They're listening.
I know. Everyone knows. It's
If you
true.
had- I do digital marketing. If you had any idea the type of stuff that the internet pulls from you, you'd be
Ew.
horrified.
Oh, Lindsay, I
won't.
I
tell
have
you.
no fewer than 5 Google Home devices in my 4-room condo. Like the internet knows everything about me. Yeah,
Mhm.
I have no secrets anymore.
Yeah.
Now it knows I like to narc the titter.
You're gonna start getting a bunch of bra ads now. They're gonna be like,
Yeah.
you kept saying tit, so we don't.
Here, you want this? There you go.
You start getting ads for Cinemax.
Yeah.
I mean, to each their own. So
Yeah.
Ashley,
Yeah.
this is the start of the
Steal
stealing
round.
round. Gloves are off.
I have a feeling neither of us are going to be able to successfully steal or answer a question, but I'm feeling
We'll
hopeful.
see, though.
You never
I'm
know.
hopeful.
You never know. So Ashley, your second term is fullams. Fullams. Fullams.
You know, Lindsay, I'm just going to jump right into it, and I'm going to say whoring around.
Whores.
And you know what? I don't like use the word whore. I know that's terrible.
You're almost never do. Actually,
It's
I'm surprised you're stuck on
but
it tonight.
in ye old times. No, is that not a much used word for ladies of the night? Hmm?
Titters.
Lindsay?
Yeah, they call them that. Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah.
Ash, is that your final answer?
I just don't have any fucking idea. Milking a cow.
Can we get it in a sentence?
To milk a cow. The sentences
Milk the
don't
cow.
help.
Okay.
I think it's to milk the cow.
Milking the cow.
Okay.
Full
I think
lambs.
I'm just stuck on titter.
Teeter.
But yes, milk the cow. This is my final
Okay.
answer.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you want to steal Michelle?
Yeah. Full lambs.
Give it a go.
You know, it's a slang term. I'm guessing it's a noun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say undergarments. Someone's undergarments. They're full lambs.
All right.
Wrong.
So fullams are false dice that usually end up high. So they would be like, instead of snake eyes, it'd be like 6s or 5s.
Okay, I didn't
Wow.
even understand the sentence you said to me. I'm like, some dice got high? Like what?
That like high numbers, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
now, but my
Yeah.
first thought was
You're like, what's a high
There's
dice?
some dice from Denver.
Yeah.
just like, hey man,
Packed 'em.
They're real cool.
Full of weed.
So they're fool's dice? Is
They're
that what you
false
said?
dice. Yeah. They're false dice.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Fools, false.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's-
loaded dice,
That's
basically.
ridiculous, Lindsay. That's a loaded question, basically. How would you expect us to know that? She just brought
But
us
Ashley
on here
didn't
to
even
make
know
us
such a
look
thing
stupid,
exists.
Michelle.
To make us look like a bunch of full lambs. So she could just narc us titters.
Just fucking God.
All
I don't
right.
remember
All
the
right.
first
Let's see if I can pull this
already.
one up for us. Let's see if I can
Okay.
make this happen.
All right. Michelle, your second term is byblow.
Byblow.
Like BYE and then blow.
BYE and then blow. And is it a
It's
noun?
a noun. Mm-hmm.
It's a noun. Okay, so it is a thing.
It is
Or a
thing.
person or a place.
Mm-hmm.
Or a person or a place. That's true. Maybe like a pipe of some sort, like a smoking apparatus.
Okay. Do you want to try and steal, Ashley?
Like that's a really polite way to tell me I'm wrong. You're like, and did you want to steal?
I think it's a gallon of milk. See, first I was stuck on the whoring around. Now I'm just
And now you're
it's all
stuck
about
on the
milk,
titters.
baby.
All about the titters.
Got titters on the mind.
This
How
one
perverse.
actually isn't very nice. Byblow is a child had out of wedlock. So basically it's a bastard.
Oh, a byblow. Wow. Wow.
It's like he blew.
he blew and then he said bye.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Wow. Wow.
It's a blow and by.
Mhm.
A blow. The old blowing by.
Ah.
Lindsay, how perverse is your podcast normally? Have we just really upped the ante on?
No, it's
okay.
Yeah, this
That's
is
good. That's good.
par for the course for us.
Excellent. I just
So.
want to make sure we're on brand and your listeners
Yeah.
aren't like, this episode's weird. First it was sharks and now it's a lot of sex talk. I don't like this one.
There's all these like
She
aggressive
keeps
animals
talking
and
about-
whores.
Yeah, no.
So much
Titties
milk.
everywhere. Why is
A lot of
it-
milk for some reason.
She's like, I'm going to skip this one.
I'm so confused.
Lindsay, bring back the content. What'd you do with the content?
Come back.
I want the historical crimes, Lindsay.
I'm scared and intrigued.
I'm scared.
Where's all the milk coming from?
That's what we aim for.
I don't understand it. I don't know about it. And, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Scared and intrigued is how we aim to leave our listeners feeling.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I live my
Generally,
life.
most people I interact with on a daily basis.
Yeah. Okay. Ashley, how are you doing today? Scared and intrigued. That makes sense. That tracks.
Same.
Pretty accurate, honestly.
So same as yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little bit of A, a
Well,
little
I
bit,
guess
little bit column A, a little bit column B.
Yeah.
You know.
you're like, oh, well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Probably still be the same then. Okay. Talk to you later.
Well, on that note, I would like to thank Ashley and Michelle for joining me today for Can You Crack the Cramp-Word? And
We can't.
you mentioned it at
No.
the top,
The big answer is
But-
no.
The answer is no, we can't.
but before we go,
But
can you tell our listeners when new episodes of your show drop and where they can find you on social?
shit, yeah, we can. Take it away,
Hells
Michelle.
to the yeah.
New episodes drop on Fridays, unless you're a patron, and then you get them on Tuesdays. So, like, if you loved this banter, for the low, low price of $5 a month, you could love us even harder.
That's less than a
But-
latte.
That's less than a latte. But if you just want to love us a regular amount, you can love us on Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts from.
We also now release Binge or Bust every other Wednesday. So Michelle is not a fan of watching true crime docs alone. That's kind of my fave thing to do. So what we do is I basically just give her the audio form of the documentary, and then I tell the listeners whether they should binge it or bust it. So that's every other
That's wonderful.
Wednesday. And then That's So Fucked Up Presents comes out every Monday.
Nice.
So basically, just shit
So-
tons of content.
Just follow us at TSFU the podcast, because I constantly keep that updated with what we're releasing, since it's quite a bit now. We're slowly trying to dominate the true crime
The world?
We'll let you know when it happens. We're not
Mhm.
Sounds good.
we're
Yeah.
we're just, we're chilling out right now. We're doing our thing.
Yeah.
know.
But if you want to narc these titters, at TSFU the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
love
slap
Italian.
a
I
.com
love
onto
Italian.
that if you want to see our website. I don't-
You know what?
Mhm.
felt like
I
it-
just put
it
my
was time to-
arms,
In your titters.
my hands, and my armpits.
You don't know what to do with your hands, huh?
I get
Still,
nervous.
It's been an hour. You still don't know what to do with them.
And you gotta go.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mary
God, I
Catherine,
miss SNL.
superstar.
Mary Catherine.
Mary Catherine
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Yep. I love
Yeah,
it.
we're all the same age ish.
Yeah.
That's clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the generation.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go
Oh.
and make out with the tree later and it'll be fine.
Oh my God. Well, Will Ferrell watches. Lindsay, thank you so much for having us.
Oh my
This
gosh,
has been very fun.
yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
incredibly embarrassed of the amount of shit talking I did. But also I'm glad that I didn't lose by myself. We both lost together.
A
You
true
know
bonding
what?
experience.
You wanted to make us separate and different, but you can't break this bond, Michelle.
No.
We either lose together or we win together. Today we lost
As
together.
the chain smokers once said, if we go down, then we go down together.
Ride or die.
Vroom, vroom.
We're gonna Thelma and
That's-
Louise this bitch.
That's how I don't know how to sign off.
Well,
yeah, Lindsay, how do you normally sign off?
Yeah.
With
Well,
the
on that
vroom,
note, as always, I'm Lindsay, and I'll see you next time with another tale as old as crime.
Ah,
You
I
like
love
that?
I love that.
Good
Yeah.
shit. Good
Yeah.
shit.